KCPN.
Hello, young Swimcast citizens. Space Ghost here, a.k.a. George Lowe, inviting you in for all of the creamy, enjoyable listening goodness. Let's ladle some up right now, shall we?
I just hit record.
Whoa.
What happened?
Oh.
Should I say it? Can I say it?
Can you say what? Hey
everybody! It's that time again. Time for
too loud for this.
Wait, did you mute me?
No.
Oh, why?
Maybe I just scream louder than you and it mutes you automatically. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, I see. It's recording.
It's recording, yes.
For 33 seconds now.
Yeah, 35, 36. Oh, you thought the record button was a mute?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. All right, anyway, this is the Swimcast, episode 160. Hooray!
Hooray!
We finally made it to 160, which means at this rate, we will get to 200 in...
6 years.
25 years?
Something like that.
Something like that. My name is John Galbo. I did things with Adult Swim stuff and things. Check us out. Why don't you? AdultSwimCentral.com, which redirects currently to agentsofgeek.com. You could also visit us kind of also on the web at theacpn.com, which is where you could find podcasting program that I'll talk at the end. I am joined by Trish.
Hey, everybody. It's still that.
Ah! I muted you.
Okay.
All right. I am also joined by Jason. How are you, sir?
Hey, everybody. I'm all right.
Hey. And making a repeat performance, Matt.
Howdy.
Your name is Matt, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
kind of...
yeah, I was confused, too.
I was kind of half asleep and cranky. I'm like, I think his name is Matt, but it might be Mike.
It's Matt. Any of my stuff that's on the internet is under the name Paco, though, so there's sort of a disconnect.
So wait, you own the Gene Company?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you're coaching.
Yeah.
I think. Anyway, this is a podcast about Adult Swim, even though we probably haven't watched a lot of Adult Swim recently, but a lot has been going on recently, and I feel like we should start off with the bad news and work our way up.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think the whole reason we decided to do a new episode was because of the passing of C. Martin Croker, a.k.a. the voice of Zorak, the voice of Dr. Weird on Aqua Teen. He passed away recently, very suddenly, and it was pretty sad. He was a very nice man. Every time I ran into him at random conventions, excuse me, got a hairball, and really a talented individual, because not only did he do voice work, he also did a lot of animation for Aqua Teen and drawings, comic book stuff, and the like. Trish, what did you...
I also just wanted to point out he was the voice of Moltar as well.
Oh, yeah, voice of Moltar.
Yeah, and Zorak,
Zorak.
I mean...
And Steve.
And Steve, yeah, so he did, like, almost everybody. Not really, but, you know, he was 2/3 of the cast on Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yep. He was a big part of a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I was rather pleased. I unfortunately I was away in Massachusetts at a friend's wedding, and I heard the tragic news, but I managed to stay awake. After the wedding, we got back to the hotel about 10, 11:30, or 10, 11-ish, and when I heard they were going to have the Space Ghost episode at 12:30, I'm like, I should probably stay awake for that.
Yeah.
And I was glad because it was a very nice tribute, and the fact that they released. I'm sorry,
Which episode did they play?
I don't
Yeah, the
remember.
pilot?
Oh, maybe it was the pilot.
They were mentioning they were going to air the pilot, but I also didn't actually get a chance to watch it.
Honestly, I don't remember at this point.
They also afterwards went and showed they used the stream on the website to marathon pretty much everything
Right.
that they still have the ability to show, which was kind of cool.
In other words, minus the celebrities they interviewed who want
Well,
no
yeah,
part.
like they aired everything that they could, like anything that they aren't allowed to air anymore because the celebrities or whatever they don't have the rights to show them or whatever.
That's really sad.
I think everything is free on the website right now too. You don't need you don't have to log in or anything like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Or at least they were last I heard.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been to, let's look up adultswim.com. But the last time I was at adultswim.com, they were doing some really freaky stuff with their website.
Last time I was there the other day, and they had a vote up for which one of these shows do you think should get renewed? And it was
Oh, wow.
Hard Knocks, whatever the hell it is, the new Brad
Oh,
Neely.
they still have that.
That World Peace, and then Korgoth, and then no matter what you vote, it says we have already disregarded these results.
I was going to say that seems like something they're setting people up for. Like
Yeah.
when they had that whole, didn't they do like a web stream where like they were considering renewing Metalocalypse?
Possibly.
Yeah, I remember something along those lines, and it was like basically like a big middle finger to the fans. Kind of sad.
Yeah, kind of their MO though. You know?
True, also true.
But so I mean, I met Clay. I looked back to Clay, but like I think I met him like once, and it was thanks to you. Like at a couple a few years back, I was speaking to you, John, and we decided to go over to his table. Super nice guy. Even though I only met him once, and I really wish I had bought something from him. Like one of the times that he was there, because he always sold the like storyboard art and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, he had a lot of that stuff. Actually, when the Aqua Teen guys had originally sent like this humongoid care package to like the staff of Aqua Teen Central, and among everything that was in there was this really neat. I don't know exactly what it is. It's not storyboard art. It's not exactly like a poster of any kind, but it's like, and it's not like really cell art, but it's like this really good picture. And I'll try and post it somewhere, if not in the show notes. But of the three characters from Space Ghost, Zorak, and Moltar in the cafeteria sitting down. And I had gotten George Lowe to sign it, voice of Space Ghost. And he basically defaced like 90% of it, leaving like a little bit for Clay to sign.
Yeah.
And Dragon Con one year, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bring this back to Atlanta with me, and I'm going to get Clay to sign it just to complete the whole thing. Mm-hmm. At first, he wasn't surprised to see that the whole thing, George left him just a teeny tiny bit of space. But then on the outside, it had like this black border. Oh, and to rewind like 5 seconds, he also mentioned that he may or may not have put that together, the whole framing of that image, whatever it's called. I'm not sure. Again, but he's like, oh, that looks like my fingerprints in the tape. So I thought that was funny. And so what he did in the border he took a silver Sharpie and he drew a meat wad and he put more, doodlings on the thing. And I have it hanging on my desk, one of my golden relics, which I thought was pretty cool. Then I remember, well, the biggest clay experience I can share, and I've kind of already shared it online with images and stuff, is the ill-fated, quote-unquote, Master Shake Tells It All at Dragon Con, which Dana will tell you that it was a train wreck, which in some ways it was, in some ways it wasn't. It was an experience. Like everything I do is an experience, I feel. So when we were putting it to the way it started, the people who at the time were running the animation track at Dragon Con were like, oh, we'll give you, Swimcast panel, we'll give you Adult Swim. Oh, Dana's doing a panel. Do you want to host it? I'm like, sure, I'll host it. So I text Dana, or I forget, email or text, whatever. And I'm like, hey, Dana, I know you got this, I don't know if you heard, you're doing this panel at Dragon Con and I'm hosting it. And he's like, okay, we got to come up with some big deal. And I'm like, well, you're Dana Snyder. You'll shoot the shit with the fans. You'll have them laughing and it'll be fun. Oh, no. We got to do something. We got to do something important. And from the time I told him about this up until the very last minute, we were just like, I was trying to talk to him, meet with him, and he's a busy man. I understand that, but ultimately it worked out. But the moment I'm thinking of is he invited a few guests. He invited our friend Andy Sipes, Jay Edwards, who used to edit for Aqua Teen, and he invited Clay to be on the panel. And the way they had the table situated, there were only 3 mics. So obviously Dana's going to have one. Someone else, I think maybe Jay, had one on the other side, and then I had the one in the middle. And Clay was just sitting there, and I felt bad because, there's all these people on the panel, and, poor Clay's just sitting there looking handsome. And, I turned to him, I said, Clay, would you like to, chime in a little bit? And, I just felt like that was, like everything, like everything else, an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And it's so great you got to have that experience. I mean, I don't have the balls to, message Todd or Nick, on Facebook.
What?
I never do.
But those are our friends.
I know. I'm just I don't know what to say to them. Hey, how's life animating? I mean, Nick, both of them, I could say, hey, how are the kids? I respond to Nick a lot. Because Nick is really funny.
Oh, I love Nick. Maybe we should have him on.
Yeah.
Again. Because no one likes talking to us after 6 p.m. apparently.
Yeah.
But
Hackers come out.
what happened?
That's when the hackers come out. You can't be on your computer after 6 p.m. You're going to get your nudes stolen.
Oh, that's when the vampires come out. They're like, oh, we love our precious Hollywood blood. We can't be bothered recording a podcast with you guys at after 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
It's basically a tacit invitation. They can just walk in if you're on the podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, that's not sour grapes. It's just, it's the way Hollywood operates, I guess.
Yeah.
But I digress. Yeah, we should definitely have people we know would come on the show after 6. Any other thoughts about Clay? I mean, I have another one I'm thinking of in the back of my head.
Well, I mean, he was an integral part of Space Ghost, and without Space Ghost, we would not have Adult Swim. You and I would never have met.
True.
I mean, I wouldn't be married right now if it weren't for, the pioneering that went on with Space Ghost. Because Adam and I met through Aqua Teen. how you and I met.
Yep. Aqua Teen.
And
Jason, Aqua Teen.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I
we
was just gonna say,
Aqua Teen, like, shaped and ruined my life. But mostly shaped, I'm kidding.
see, I was gonna mention Aqua Teen too. Like that's the show that got me into Adult Swim. Like I knew I didn't get into Space Ghost until much later. Because I mean, which was a mistake of mine, but I didn't get into Space Ghost until much later. But growing up, when I was really young, I watched so much Cartoon Planet. I mean, he wasn't as much a part of that, but Zorak was there.
yeah.
Right.
And like they were like when I was younger, my family wouldn't let me have CDs, so I had cassettes, and I had Musical Barbecue, and
Oh,
I
nice.
used to that I used to listen to Zingor, and
I think I have the CD somewhere. I bought it on either Amazon or somewhere, maybe eBay.
Yeah, like I love that soundtrack, and like
I
Is
wish they
that
put it on
where you-
Spotify.
yeah, like he was on that.
Does that have all of Brack's songs on it?
Yeah,
Well, there's two of them. There's Musical Barbecue, and then there's a second one that the name is eluding me.
yeah, I forget exactly what it is, but like Surf and Turf, I think.
Oh, maybe
like
that's the one I have.
But like there was that, and then in high school I got into Aqua Teen, and that got me into Adult Swim, and Dr. Weird and Steve, those are one of my favorite parts of that entire show. Those opening segments.
You
Oh
know,
yeah, the openings are so random.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing with Aqua Teen. I think they lost a lot of awesomeness when they started doing like Space Guitars, and they kind of made Dr. Weird and Steve kind of old hat.
Phased them out.
Yeah, phased them out. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
Yeah, and then there was the appearance in the movie, and then I think like maybe one or two other appearances after that.
Yeah.
yeah. There was that banana the banana pudding one from like a later season.
Oh, were they in that one? I gotta go back and watch that.
Two of them are at a diner. He finds a Band-Aid in his pudding.
That was the opening to Alan.
Yes, yeah. That was a good.
I remember that one because actually Nick of all people showed me that Raw, I believe, the Raw version. Which, to be honest, I love some of those Raw versions because it's like pre-animation effects, so it's like just white background with like the characters like just stationary.
like animatic type of things.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And anything else we want to say?
Y'all got a favorite line?
From like any of his
God.
characters.
Yeah.
Oh God! I mean,
Do your most insulting impression of him.
I mean, one of my favorite Space Ghost episodes is King Dead, and it
God,
had
that's
a
great
lot of Zorak and Moltar in it.
I forget the name of the episode, but the one where he has the nephew and then he eats him.
Oh yeah, we just watched that one the other day, I think. My all-time favorite episode is the Bjork episode because Bjork is Space Ghost's wife.
Oh, knifing around.
Knifing around, yeah.
That's a great one.
I actually got Adam a knife once, and I wrote knife. I had it engraved, or I had something printed on it, and I wrote knifing around on the blade.
That's great.
And what is your name again?
Listen, I really want to go out after work and break glass with my mantis friend Zorak. I need this.
Actually, the Moltar part where he Space Ghost flies away and then he's left Moltar in charge of talking to Bjork, and she's just going, "I'm from Iceland."
That must have been fun to film.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't know how what they did, to get those interviews.
Oh yeah, right.
Some of it involved Rob Lowe dressing up as
Rob Lowe.
whoever the hell it was.
George Lowe.
George Lowe.
That's actually funny you should say that. Someone, Clay, the last time I saw Clay a year ago at Dragon Con, he was mentioning someone accidentally called George Lowe Rob Lowe, and then he went into like a George Lowe imitation of like the DirecTV skits.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, I felt bad that year too because I knew he was with Carrie Means, who seems to be getting more of a convention like appearances lately.
Yeah.
And the two of them were there, and I'm like, well, it was like right after I did the Aqua Teen like farewell panel, and I'm like, well, why didn't I invite those two guys? And part of it was because I figured they would probably want to make money.
Yeah.
Because they were at the table that weekend. So, but I still felt bad because that's in my nature. I always feel bad for not including every single person in everything.
I know how that goes.
I understand.
Kind of like the fact that my girlfriend's not going to New York Comic Con, but in fairness, we're going to a couple of outside Comic Con events.
Wait until, because you guys are going to get married someday. I just know it. Because you guys are perfect together.
I'm sure.
You are perfect together.
I'm going to make her Mrs. Most Beloved Man on the internet.
Oh, yeah, you are. Just wait, though, until you are planning your wedding and you were like, okay, I have this much to spend. Food costs this much. Who do I invite? And who do I say, sorry, I couldn't afford you? Like, who, kind of
to the wedding? No, we have that. We already have that planned.
Oh, good. I hope I'm invited. Because if I'm not, I'll crash it, and I'll drink out of your open bar.
Fair enough. Jason, I may have to add you to the invite now that you're in this conversation. And Matt, too, because I feel bad.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, no. He'll be my +1.
I'll drink anywhere.
I haven't even considered +1s yet. I don't know.
It always gets you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's far in the future. Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
But it's
Anyway.
going to happen someday.
Someday.
Yeah.
Anyway, any closing thoughts on C. Martin Croker?
Just, it's sad. And we have lost so many good people this year. And I think a lot of us have lost people in our personal lives. I mean,
Oh God, yes.
My brother actually committed suicide in April.
Sorry.
And, it's awful that so many people are dying, like David Bowie, Alan Rickman. Just
Prince.
Everybody is just dying. And it's sad. And I don't sound very coherent right now, because I'm not very coherent right now. I'm really sorry to anybody, all two of you that are listening. The two of you that are listening right now, I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but I
forgive you because obviously I'm part of those two.
Oh, you are?
When I have to edit this.
Oh, okay, so 3 people, right?
Oh, you're being very generous.
I know. I'm in a generous mood tonight, John.
They'll have like the little counter on the bottom of your website that counts it up.
Oh, the tripod one? Was it Lycos or tripod?
Yeah.
Then there's a little guy like digging on the top of the page. Finish with it.
Under control.
Or the little animated guy who runs in and drops his pants and pees all over the place.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Shin-Chan.
Yes.
Jason,
Anyway,
do you have any closing
sorry.
thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy, not a lot, but like it is sad. It's a real shame that somebody so integral to Adult Swim from the start, from before Adult Swim, is gone, and kind of young, and out of the blue. I really do wish that I had given him money at Comic-Con when I'd seen him and bought some of that artwork that he was selling, and I've seen stuff that people like a friend of ours got something a few years back. I've seen stuff that people have gotten from him, like commissions or like gift art recently. Like people have posted it online on their Twitter accounts, like when the news broke and everything like that. And he was an amazing talent with both voice talent, both and otherwise, and it's terrible to see him go. Big part of Adult Swim, big part of my life. If anyone's looking for things to check out with his stuff, specifically things that he's worked on, his YouTube channel is actually a fantastic place to go.
Yeah, and I had no idea that he had a YouTube.
Yeah, like I guess he set it up not too long ago, and if you go, it's all like it's commercials he's worked on, Adult Swim stuff, film reels, just tons of stuff that he worked on, and so you can go and kind of get acquainted with it all, and really just sort of see what Clay could do, because he can do a hell of a lot.
Oh yeah,
and it sucks to see him go, especially out of nowhere.
You know, if you'd have bought one of his prints, he'd still be alive.
I don't know about that.
He was $6 away from the operation.
I don't know about that.
Or whatever.
But, still,
yeah.
Rest in peace and all that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't say any more than that. When you were talking about his animation, I could remember our friend Todd Redner, who was one of the lead animators for Aqua Teen, and a few other shows, saying how you could tell the difference between the Radical Access team's designs and animations versus Clay's, because the mouths would stretch a little bit too much. Like, for instance, if you see Meatwad talking, or like I believe Clay did a lot of the animation for the I'm blanking on the name of the episode, but it was the one with Balloon. Maybe it is Balloon Hitler. Maybe that is the episode name.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But stuff like that, and it is it was sudden and extremely sad that we lost such a talented individual. And
like Trish was saying, fuck 2016.
Oh God, yes, yeah.
I can't wait for it to be over.
You and me both. You and me both. Anyway, let's talk about happier stuff now. Who watched Adult Swim?
Well, okay, I have, but can I give a quick shout out
to who?
My new favorite serial killer? Well, I don't know. I'll always have Patrick Bateman in my heart and my loins. But
okay,
my friend's serial killer, who I'm actually friends with, William Tokarski.
Yeah, he is definitely a fantastic shout out. We should try to have him on one day, because I mean I had him on the panel, but I feel like the panel is so out of sorts sometimes, and such like a madhouse, that it's not as focused as it is here, although that's not saying much.
Yeah. But no, I think it would be awesome if we had him on the show once as a special guest. Special guest host.
Absolutely, and I would imagine he's another individual who we can access after 6 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, if you really hate Trump, you will love William Tokarski.
Even before I hated Trump, I love William Tokarski.
Yeah, I mean, he's just so great.
He's got like that serial killer face, but he's another, much like Clay was, he is a gentleman.
He really is. He is so nice. Like, I'm like, wow, this dude is so awesome. I'm so glad I friended him.
Yeah. It's funny. Yesterday was not. I was gonna do a shout out, and I said never mind. But my girlfriend's friend's now husband, his birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Eric! I'm disappointed in you. So I guess I did kind of give him a shout out. But he texted me yesterday, and he's like, I just got the best birthday wishes on Facebook, and he sends me a screenshot of William's. He always sends like this big. I forget exactly how it goes, but it's hysterical. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Ah, the Swimcast. Googling things for the last...
You say that, but it's not uncommon for podcasts to do.
Wait, John, how long have we been on, not on the air, but on the internet?
Oh,
How long
Swimcast?
have we been doing?
It's funny you should mention that. As of next June, it'll be a decade.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep playing it out in my head, the fact that I have known Dana Snyder for a decade.
That's crazy.
In fact, I was thinking about, because I'm pretty sure, pending anything out of sorts, I will be chatting with him among others on the red carpet of New York Comic Con.
Oh, yeah.
Of doing I was thinking of doing like a side-by-side comparison of the both of us. The quote-unquote famous picture of me with Dana from Philly in my Aqua Teen Central shirt. And then
Remember
versus...
when Jacob made that...
the recursive shirt, yeah.
Yes, you should wear that shirt. Can you...
Someone buy it for me and I'll wear it. I'll tell you what.
Can you post a picture of that somewhere where our listener can see it?
Oh yeah,
Really learn your listener's name. It's just one guy. It's not that
Yeah.
hard.
Well, no, I know we have at least one, Elise. Is that her name?
Eileen?
Eileen.
I don't know if is she still alive?
I hardly hear from her. I know Clayton. I don't pronounce last names well. Please don't be angry with me, guys.
I feel like this is our romper room moment right here. I see Aline, and I see Clayton, and I see Matt, and I see Eric.
Hi, guys. What is it? That's 4 people that may or may not listen.
Yeah, I don't think Eric listens to the Swimcast, although I should get him to.
Who's Eric?
Eric Holzbach. I gave him another shout out. My friend who texted me last night. It was a birthday.
Oh, you were his best man?
No, this is a different guy who got married.
Oh, Jesus. Marriage season, I guess, because it's fall.
I guess so. Maybe I should get married.
Colors look so good against my white dress.
No,
Yeah,
I
I am
It's
so
a-
done with wedding.
It's a real thing. People love getting married in the fall.
Yeah.
I guess so.
June weddings used to be all the rage. That's not why we had a June wedding, by the way. We had a June wedding because it was our anniversary and we wanted to keep it simple.
You didn't want to be trendy.
So we had a wedding on a Wednesday.
Even though you had it in California in a place that I had to get a hotel, I would have had to have gotten a hotel and a last-minute plane, and my aunt refused to allow me to spend the money to go out, so I felt bad and bought a PlayStation 3.
Aww. Well, you were with us in spirit.
Well, thank you.
My brother Phil made best friends with the bartender. He was talking to him the whole time.
Oh, God.
Phil was really cool like that, though. That's the thing about Phil. We threw him a celebration of life instead of a funeral. We had over 100 people come.
I feel that's what you have to do. Like we just did with Clay. We celebrated our experiences with him. We weren't like,
Yeah.
oh, he's dead.
Yeah, that comes later when you're in private and crying hysterically.
I suppose so.
Because you can't pack your clothes because you leave for Maryland in 2 days. But
Right.
your clothes
And
are clean.
you're not coming up for Comic-Con to visit your buddy John.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I have to see my
Shame.
mommy
Shame.
and my aunt and get crab cakes everywhere.
Okay, well that aspect of it, I forgive you to getting the crab cakes.
Dude, one of these days you're going to come to Maryland and I'm going to take you to the best crab cake place. You're going to get a crab cake and you're going to be like, that was fucking incredible. Because only Maryland does them the way they're supposed to be done.
Icing.
I'm sure, because that's where they mostly come from.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
those
I've tried-
kind of crabs.
Yeah. the blue crabs from the Chesapeake Bay.
Carl's
And-
got crabs.
That's true. They're very large. Carl's crabs are a lot larger than the blue crab. The blue crab is actually quite small. It's like the size of your hand. Carl's crabs, however, when he used the machine to make his member bigger and thicker and fuller or whatever. Anyway, those crabs were like the size of your head.
Yeah, and you had to hit them with the
Imagine
shampoo.
all those crabs crawling around your genitals.
No, I really don't want to. Thank you very much.
You know what, John? I don't think it would be a swimcast if I didn't mention genitals at least once.
I suppose it wouldn't be. I mean, I think we could safely close it up after like 34 minutes, but obviously we have more to talk about, but I feel like we've covered pretty much all our bases. I mean, we talked a little bit about Adult Swim, and then we talked about genitals, and then I blanked out just now, so that's part of covering our bases. Non sequiturs, romper room.
That's important.
Looking stuff up on Google. I feel like we've covered all our bases. So good night, everybody.
But wait, there's more. Did you know?
This is the bonus part.
Listen, guys. This is a podcast about Adult Swim. Who
By the
all
way,
has been watching Adult Swim lately?
Not me.
Okay, I have. I love
I'll be honest. I started watching at the beginning of the year with Venture Brothers and Rick and Morty a little bit, and then I slid off of Rick and Morty for like 10 episodes or like 90% of the show. So thankfully, when I reviewed the Blu-ray, I was able to catch up, which was fun to peruse the DVD.
Oh, I have a funny point. Do you remember friend of the show, Ramon Villalobos?
You're not talking about accomplished Marvel artist Ramon Villalobos, are you?
Oh, but I am.
Oh, what
He's
about him?
friends with Justin Roiland on Twitter because Justin Roiland's grandmother's nurse knew one of Ramon's relatives and was like, "Oh, he is a comic book artist. You should be friends with him." So Justin added him.
Maybe you could, because I seldom talk to Ramon, ask if maybe Justin wants to come on the show after 6 p.m.
I don't think they're that good of friends.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But yes, shout out to Ramon Villalobos, who is
Oh yes, absolutely.
incredible.
And did they cancel his thing? Because I thought I remembered reading that.
Which one?
Nighthawk is his latest Marvel comic.
I think he's done with Nighthawk. He's working on a new project now.
Oh.
He's doing the cover art for it, and he really wants to do the inside art for it. But I don't know if he'll be allowed to do that yet. But he Nighthawk was awesome. I only read the first issue. I haven't gotten my hands on the others. He had 2 issues in Nighthawk were not drawn by Ramon, because Ramon couldn't keep up with it. All the other stuff he had. So, but the other 4 issues of Nighthawk are all Ramon.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 2 and 3, which are the
I pulled up the Marvel website. Yeah, Nighthawk 1 was him. Nighthawk 2, Nighthawk 3 was someone else. Nighthawk 4 was him. Nighthawk 5 was someone else, and Nighthawk 6 was him.
Yeah. Where do you buy comic books? Can you buy them on the internet?
You can.
You can buy them on the internet, but I mean, we have. I have 2 comic book stores in the area, and then the lady goes to frequents actually the same comic book store that Jason goes to.
The best damn comic store on the planet.
Is that their tagline?
No, it's not. But their tagline is where art and literature.
Yeah.
Right.
JHQ Comic Books.
Where art.
Yeah, New Dorp Avenue. Ask for Danny.
Yes. Oh, yes, that's true. New Dorp Lane, Staten Island, New York is one of their locations. JHU Comic Books. Danny, great.
Shout out
Also,
to Danny.
Shout out to Danny Ward. She's rad as fuck. Shout out to
We were friends for all of 5 seconds, and then I must have either scared her away or she unfriended me for some.
also shout out to Nick Gatilla, rad as fuck. Shout out to Nick Purpura and Ron Hill, all the greatest people
You're gonna make Brad cry.
in the world.
I think I've been there. Oh yeah, we went once for Free Comic Book Day, but otherwise,
Shout out to Brad too. Shout out to Brad too, the other kid that works there.
Shout out to Colleen.
Shout out to Colin.
Shout out to Colleen. I love Colleen.
Is she from the Manhattan store?
No,
You're just doing
That's-
shout outs now.
No, she's the future Mrs. John Jay.
I don't know if I've actually met Colleen, by the way.
What?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
John.
Like, I saw you two together at the con, like, last year, and, like, we waved hi, and that was kind of it.
Oh,
Like you.
But
so you technically, kind of, sort of, maybe.
sorta.
John, with arm candy like that, you have to show her off.
This is true. This is 50% of why I felt bad she couldn't make it to Comic-Con, but I will say we're going to, what are the 2 shows we're doing? We kind of split it in the middle, where Thursday night they're doing Stuff You Missed in History Class podcast, and then Sunday night the We Got This podcast with Hal Lublin from Venture Brothers.
Oh.
He did the voice for White Whale. And he's also going to have, among others, Doc and Jackson are his guests.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I should talk about the, well, I guess Jason's sort of kind of going too, but the goings on at Comic-Con this week, not this weekend, but
I think
probably by the time this comes out this coming weekend. But yeah, Swim has 3 panels going on at New York Comic Con.
I just found out that the one day I'm going to be at the con, there's a panel for John Glazer's new show.
I saw that one. They sent me a press release, and it was kind of like a vague press info kind of thing, where it was like, oh, John Glazer's having a panel for his new show. Email us if you are interested in talking to him or any of the people on the panel. So yeah, they were kind of vague on the whole, like, who you interviews and stuff like that. So I was like, eh. And plus, my schedule is kind of packed this year.
I have no schedule. I'm going.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm going. That's whatever. I'm going on Thursday. I'm going to go spend a bunch of money and wander around, and then if at 5:30 I have nothing going on, I'll go see John Glazer and Steve Service.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, I'm glad he's bringing in Steve Service for the show again. That guy is awesome.
Have you seen the promos for it yet?
I saw one where he's just screaming, "Gear!"
That's every promo.
Oh,
There's like,
okay. Then.
there's like 3 of them where like one of them he's getting ready to play golf. And it completely escapes me right now what the other 2 are. But
but suffice to say, I need to watch this show.
It's in October. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, it's funny because it seems like a lot of the comedians that were on Adult Swim programs are now doing shows on True TV. Because what's that other show? They had sent me a screener of it. I forget. Those Who Can't.
What's that?
Oh yeah, it's about like
it's like a comedy troupe that are like, it's like a comedy in like a school, and they're like supposed to be the teachers, but they act more like kids.
Oh, you know what? I think I a promo for that. They look kind of cool.
Yeah, I watched like an episode or 2. They had sent it to me last year when the new season started, and among the cast, oh crap, I'm friends with her on Facebook. She was on Eagle Heart, the little redhead girl.
Okay.
I interviewed her. Why am I blanking on her name?
Wait, did you interview her at the con?
Yeah, with when she was on Eagle Heart with
I think you forgot her
Maria
name.
Thayer. Yeah, it was Maria Thayer. Sorry, Maria. I forgot your name for like 5 minutes. But yeah, she's on that show also.
Okay.
So it's like she's on True TV now. John Glazer's on True TV.
A lot of people
Seems
are
like-
going and like doing stuff on other networks these days. I think
Whoever's paying. Really.
like isn't like one of the Weidenfelds running Viceland?
I don't know. I haven't followed his weird career since what was he doing? Animation Domination,
Yeah.
and I guess
That's
that didn't do well.
Okay,
Viceland has some.
what is up with animation domination?
I don't know.
Anybody know?
No.
Because, like, my husband and I are really hardcore into Major Lazer.
It's pretty good.
It is fun.
It's funny.
Stonequacker.
My Optimum package, for some reason or another, actually is nice enough to give me FXX with my package.
Which is good, 'cause it's like the
but-
best channel on TV.
But I rarely ever tune in. I think part of the issue is like it's like channel like 150 on like I only get like the first like 20 channels or something. I don't know. I'm probably exaggerating.
Mhm.
But
Speaking of different shows, this is actually a Disney show, but it's Justin Roiland related. Excuse me, have any of you heard of Gravity Falls?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never watched it because I don't get Disney XD. Thank you, Optimum.
Gravity Falls is incredible.
Yes, it is.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am basically Mabel. Like,
have you
really.
finished it, or like are you like making your way?
Oh no, we've watched it like 2 times.
Okay,
We've
good.
watched the series like twice.
It's amazing. It's if anybody out there of our handful of listeners has not watched Gravity Falls, please
Do yourself
favor.
a favor.
Do it up. It's super good.
And every time I watch it, I'm like, this is Disney? This was for children?
especially season 2. Like they did some stuff in the second season that kind of like shocked
Oh
me
my-
that it got through a Disney thing, like the X murder.
Oh yeah.
Well, Disney XD seems to be, as I gather, like an edgier Disney. Like they have all the
Mhm, it
Marvel
is,
stuff.
it is.
Yeah,
They have the Lego Star Wars show with Dana Snyder as Jabba the Hutt, or his cousin or whatever, Grabala the Hutt.
But
didn't know
with
that.
Gravity Falls, it was meant to be only 2 seasons.
Yeah, he had like
That was the
I think what Alex Hirsch said originally was that that no matter what they do, if they cancel it or if he decides to end it or whatever, he has an end game no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know if it was specifically going to be 2 seasons, but he knew what he was going to do no matter where he was in the story, which is kind of brilliant, to have that.
Yeah. And then you have Justin Roiland doing a commercial about owls everywhere.
Is
That's pretty cool.
what the hell was the voice for Snake?
Dennis Snyder.
Dana Snyder. Is he on a show where he voices a rabbit, like a magical rabbit?
Oh, Thundermans.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
That's on Nickelodeon.
Holy shit, that's Shake, and I like could not remember his name for the life of me.
I have to tell you, I'm very proud of Dana Snyder and how far he's come in the last decade. Just because after doing all these Adult Swim voices, now he's on Disney Star Wars. He's on a live action Nickelodeon show as a bunny rabbit.
Well, he was on another.
And
video
he's voicing the Penguin in some of the DC comic stuff. And he's going to be on the new Justice League series on Cartoon Network as Plastic Man.
Whoa,
Holy
really?
What?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You guys seen that Plastic Man pilot
No.
they made like a
Yeah,
while
there's
ago?
like there's like an old. I think it was it John K. I don't know if it was
I
John
think
K.
it was, yeah.
It's really good.
Oh, wow.
Extremely well done.
It's worth seeking out. Dana though was on another Disney Channel show a while back. He was on
Fish
Fish
Hooks.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah, he's done a number of shows for Disney. And then he does one, I think it's called Pickle and Peanut, or is that Nickelodeon? I forgot.
No, that's Disney, I think.
Oh,
Disney, Disney's got some good cartoons these days.
Yeah.
Gravity Falls is really good, and Star vs. the World ain't bad either.
And there is an episode of Rick and Morty where they're on some kind of machine. It was shit. What is it?
It was shit.
The episode where what the fuck are their names? Why am I blanking out?
Rick and Morty.
Jerry and Beth. No. Yeah. What are their names? The old guy and the kid? No. Jerry and Beth go for couples counseling, and the counselor is showing them a computer image, and it's Bill Cipher.
Wait, really? I didn't notice that.
Yes. Look for it.
There's a Mystery Shack mug that comes through a portal.
Really?
In one shot. I think like really early in the series too. And the thing that people put together with that was that there's a Mystery Shack mug that comes through the portal, and that mug and pen fly through the portal in Gravity Falls when Stan finally builds the thing.
Grunkle Stan or Grunkle Ford?
Grunkle Stan. Like in season 1, the end of season 1. When he actually finishes building building the portal.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love the little hellos to each other that they do in their animation. Yeah. Like the little tributes. I think it is really cool. And Justin Roiland played a time traveler in the show who he has a recurring
Blandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a really good gag with the time travel things. There's the two cops that chase after Blendon. They're both like big, tall, tough guy things, and one of them is called Wolf, and one of them is called Dundgren, which is just supposed to be Dolph Lundgren's name backwards.
Huh.
Which was really funny, I thought.
It's like what do you call that? Pig Latin Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, Pig Latin Dolph Lundgren.
My main problem with that is Dolph Lundgren wasn't in Time Cop. I take a lot of umbrage with this.
This is true. I don't remember seeing him in the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Now you should reject the show and get Time Cop references right.
One more fun little tidbit about Gravity Falls. Somewhere in Oregon, nobody has found it. There is a Bill Cipher statue.
Oh no, they found it.
They did?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It was like a big hunt, and they eventually found it. And I think something happened where like they weren't allowed to have it where it was. So I think the cops took it and put it somewhere else that's accessible. I forget exactly. I followed the hunt for a little bit and then sort of lost track, but I'm pretty certain they found it.
Whoa! I have to tell Adam. He wants to go find it.
I'm pretty sure the whole thing's like archived. It's probably on like a Gravity Falls subreddit or something somewhere.
See, that's the thing. Adam is like super into it, and he's super into Reddit, so I would have thought he would have seen something about it by now. But I don't know, I'll bring it up to him when he gets home tonight. That'll make him happy.
I was following it through Tumblr because I follow like a couple of like accounts on there that are Gravity Falls based. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about it like crazy. So.
Whoa.
Pictures of it. It's really cool.
So, now that we're done talking about Disney, who all has been watching Brad Neely's show that I can't pronounce the name of?
Harganalian Scoplio PPO or something like that?
Sure.
And which one of you said you hated it before we started recording? Was that you, Jason?
So I don't hate it. I don't like it, though. I think I don't like a lot of the gags in it, and all it really does every time I watch it is make me miss China. There's some bits in there that I've seen that had baby cakes in them that were very funny. There was a thing recently that I saw which was Father John Misty singing about America or something, and that was incredible.
Everything tied back to autoerotic asphyxia with a Go-Gurt.
Yeah, something about Go-Gurts and stuff like that. That was very funny. But, like, a lot of it, I think it's paced kind of weirdly, and I don't know.
I think that's really my only problem with it is the pacing. Because like if you watch it as like sketches, you know how like you do with
like single stuff on like
yeah,
YouTube or
like
whatever.
if you watch like Saturday Night Live, no one watches the whole damn episode. They just watch the one sketch. And then,
I like watching whole episodes of SNL.
I mean, I mean, like some people, but like it's like it's easier to absorb sometimes if you're watching just specific bits. Like some like depending on what you like. I know like what is it? Last Week Tonight on HBO with John Oliver. That show does pretty well, but it does even better on YouTube when they put like
Oh yeah.
the main story and stuff like that up there. Like they don't put the whole episode, but they put that big main story at the end of the episodes on YouTube, and those do
Right.
fantastic
Oh yeah.
because it's easier
So-
to absorb that. I think. But
Jason, go on.
no, that's pretty much it. I think Sculpio Pupio might work sometimes by watching specific bits, but I think the pacing is weird, and I think there are a lot of bits that I just didn't enjoy.
it's not like Mr. Show, how like Mr. Show would tie everything back into one overall.
Oh, that aspect of it, I used to love that.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that was like the
Well, I mean, but
best part about
there
it.
are a lot of sketch shows that don't do that.
I suppose, but like
It's a nice way to do it. But it's
Yeah.
like it's not crazy common, but it is.
I
think it would work better for Sculpio Pupio.
So the thing with Scuplio, Peeplio, I'm sorry, Brad Neely, you hate
It's
me
more like
already.
the Brad Neely show, if anything,
The
Yeah,
Brad
that
Neely
Brad
show
Neely
that
show.
I haven't watched yet.
or Harg.
Although, in fairness, they did show a clip before I saw Suicide Squad in the movies at the Alamo Draft House.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember it was silly.
Pretty silly show.
But this show is more what he did on Super Deluxe. See, if Brad Neely actually listened to this, he'd hate me even more. When we interviewed him, that was all I asked him about was Super Deluxe. Because to me, China is really funny.
Well,
It's a great show, but this show is more his turf, I think. And so he's able to come up with like quick little sketches that are really topical and funny.
yeah,
you know what I found funny was the fact that when we interviewed him, we asked him if he had any plans to like put out all the music, and he was like, "Well, no, it wouldn't really work as well without the animation. It would, be out of context and whatnot." And then what happened recently on SoundCloud?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he released like all the music from everything he's done, like China,
Oh my God.
Illinois, Sclopio. I think the Super Deluxe stuff. Like it's all on SoundCloud now.
I hate streaming music. I would rather pay money and buy that album and listen to it without the internet fucking involved. Because if I want to listen to an album on a plane, thanks Google Play, I fucking can't because I'm not going to buy internet on the plane.
well, I pay for Google Play Music. Like I pay the $10 a month for the streaming service, and
Adam used to do that, yeah.
Well, I pay for Spotify because I can't live in a world without being able to have total control over my music.
yeah, like and also I allot a specific amount of space anyway on my phone where I just save stuff for offline. Like if there's albums
phone's
that I'm
not
trying
big
to listen
enough.
to, I do that.
Like, I went from 114 gig iPhone 6 to I want to say 60 gig or 38 gig Nexus 5.
Mhm.
So, like, I have to be... Shit, I gotta think about that on the plane, actually, if I want to listen to my phone.
Well, I have not Nexus. I have a Moto X with 10 gigabytes, 10 gigs of space.
Jesus Christ, are you
and-
living in, like, 1993?
No, it's like it's a 16 gig phone, but a bunch of it is taken up by OS and stuff like that.
Yeah.
operating stuff. So like
Yeah, that's like my phone, too.
yeah, like that's like on most phones that ends up happening. Like even the iPhones have that issue. It's just sort of that's how it works with operating systems.
I hate
That
cloud.
would explain why now they've started the iPhone 7 with 32 gigs.
Yeah, but like I make sure that I have enough room for the things to function. I leave like a gigabyte of free space, and then like I'll save the music for offline to listen to. Because I share 12 gigs of data a month with two other people, so it's not like I
Oh.
can keep streaming, you know.
Jeez. That's rough.
Yeah, you make it work, you know? Whenever you're on Wi-Fi, you stream stuff. Whenever you're not, whenever you just got new data, you make it work.
Oh, I got T-Mobile's unlimited plan, so I don't have to worry about stuff
You get unlimited Pokemon Go with T-Mobile.
I actually deleted Pokemon Go recently. I could not.
I caught a Meowth on my first day, and then I lost interest.
I played it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then now I'm bored with it. Now I'm just waiting for Sun and Moon to come. Anyway, next week is New York Comic Con.
Yes, it is, and so let's go over I'll go over the Swim Proper stuff, and then we'll swing around to anything else pertinent going on. So Friday is like all of the panel stuff, and I don't have the schedule in front of me, so if someone wants to look it up. But basically, it's 3 shows this year. It's Venture Brothers, obviously, because you can't do a New York Comic Con without Venture Brothers. Regardless, like the show could be coming out in 2 years, but if you don't have that 1 year, they didn't have the Venture Brothers panel there. I felt like I was gypped.
I got the schedule right here. You're
okay. You want to read it?
So they're doing the panel block like they do every year. Main stage. If you're going on a Friday, get yourself to that queue hall. Get yourself a dumb wristband.
Well, it's not wristband anymore, is it? You gotta tap your badge or something.
Well, that's to get into the con.
No, but they announced some other kind of thing for the main room where
Really?
I think it's instead of the wristband, it was going to be on your badge or something.
They're going to be changing this every single year, and it's not going to work. Whatever. So main stage, Friday, October 7th, you've got a panel block that starts at 4:15, and then you're going to be there till 6:45, so you buckle in. 4:15 to 5, your pretty face is going to hell. Gets a panel. 5:10.
Is Satan going to be there?
I hope so.
Yes, and
is he going to be dressed up like Satan?
I don't. Probably not. I mean, he's a regular person when he's not playing Satan, so I would imagine he is
the best Satan ever.
going to be. I will let him know that when I interview him.
I love him. Like, I want to be like, okay, Satan, I'll do your bidding. Just maybe take off your shirt. I'm a married woman. I shouldn't say such things, but he is like a mythical creature, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of is a little different than cheating on my husband because, he's the devil.
I mean, you can justify it however you want.
Yeah, I mean, he's still gonna get mad.
Wait, what?
He's still gonna get mad. Like,
you know what I find funny about the Your Pretty Face panel is the fact that, okay, I'll give New York Comic Con props because this is, I believe, the first panel that they're doing with both Dave Willis and Dana Snyder. But if you look at the lineup of the panel, where's Henry Zabrowski?
Oh, is he not there?
I guess not.
Huh, that's weird.
Wait, where's who?
Gary.
Like, main character.
He's not there?
That's really weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, something else about Your Pretty Face? My 70-year-old mother-in-law loves it. And both of my in-laws, actually. My 80-year-old father-in-law, my 70-year-old mother-in-law loved the Krampus episode, and so did my stepdad. Like, it was awesome to be able to show them that episode because they all love Krampus.
That's cool.
I feel like, in a way, I feel like these lists aren't complete because, I mean, Henry lives in New York. So, short of him filming something out in LA or something.
They've put out a list before where, like, here's who's going to be there, and then you get there and there's, like, 2 other people or, like, 1 less person. You gotta take any, like, panel lists with a grain of salt, no matter what.
Yeah. The thing that bothers me is I'll let you read the next one, and then I'll give you a thought on how the press room is supposed to be, and I'll get both of your opinions after you read this one.
The next one is Dream Corp LLC, which I forget what it is.
It's when you did the upfront thing, I remember something about it's like another one of those like hybrid shows where it's like both live action and comedy.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think I remember that actually.
I'll pull that up while you're talking.
Yeah, well, that's coming up. That's gonna be 5:10 to 5:55. Same room. You ain't moving. And then I'll just say 6 o'clock to 6:45 is the Venture Brothers panel, which is the main event of that block every year.
Right.
Even if there's nothing to show from the television show itself, Doc and Jackson are hilarious, and they put on a show. Even if it's just them sitting down talking, or if it's them sitting down having a fresca, it's very fun.
Let's All Smoking.
Let's All Smoking?
Yes, Let's All Smoking
yeah.
was my favorite panel.
Yeah.
That was with Air Supply.
Oh. Okay, so here's my gripe, and maybe the two lineups will change for both the panel and the press room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this Dreamcore LLC, it's supposed to be a brand new show with John Krasinski.
Okay.
John Krasinski is not listed on the press room.
Wait, where do I know that name from?
The Office.
Yeah, The Office.
Oh,
Jim.
which one is he?
Jim.
Jim, okay.
Is he listed for the panel itself?
He is, but I don't want to make a comparison because I don't really know anything much about John Krasinski, except we share the same birthday, October 20th. But I'm getting a Seth Green vibe. Because Seth Green never did the press rooms since I've been doing them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
You know what
Unless he's
weird
just
is he has Seth Green has so much influence, I think, in the world of Adult Swim and that kind of, the animation and everything from Family Guy and Robot Chicken and he's kind of everywhere in the community, but he seems like, I don't know, from what I've heard, I've never met him. He seems like maybe he's very shy.
Possibly. Possible.
maybe.
Because it's like somebody with that much influence in the community, you would think they'd really want him to be there.
And I don't know, because I know there's, Jason listed all the panels. There's no Robot Chicken panel this year. There is
True.
a Super Mansion panel,
Mm.
but I feel like he's not even part of that show.
It's just his studio.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering if he's even going to be there.
By the way,
Going back,
let me go quick through whatever else Swim is doing,
sure, because I'm
because there's a couple other things, little tidbits.
yeah.
You want to get some stuff signed Saturday, table 21 in the autographing area. Venture Your Pretty Face, Dream Corp from noon to 3:30. They'll be around, at separate times, for an hour each. They're actually gonna have booths, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, this is the first two, because other than that really lousy and overly expensive Adult Swim shop booth they had that one year,
Yeah,
they
my first
don't really,
con.
they don't
They
do
had
that.
That was the only time.
Yeah, and you bought the $30 delocated mask.
Oh, did you just die again?
In fairness, I bought the overly expensive Squidbillies plush dolls.
I bought the delocated mask that year.
Yeah, I said that. You must have cut out.
Yeah, cut out. Yeah.
I said the overly expensive, $30 for that one.
Wait,
I don't even remember.
you paid
Mask,
you
right?
paid
Like
$30 for a ski mask?
a plain black
Yeah, it
ski
said
mask.
delocated. It said delocated on it. I wanted it.
I got mine on Amazon for $5.
Yeah, whatever.
But you didn't get an official delocated.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the delocated logo on the back.
Oh.
Don't talk shit. It's a,
You know,
Hey, I said in fairness, I did buy those overly expensive Squidbillies plushes.
But the booths this year they're doing one for the streams, booth 656, and I think they're probably going to do like Fish Center stuff. I guess I don't know.
It sounds like they're
Fish-
doing the whole lineup, I think.
Yeah, like Fish Center and the rest of
Or
the Adult
maybe-
Swim streams are bringing you the best of New York Comic Con celebrities, musical guests, and creepy randoms. They're going to stream live like the whole con, I suppose. There is a programming schedule here. Yeah. Then they're going to have a Rick and Morty virtual reality booth where you can go check out the Rick and Morty simulator for, I guess, the Vive. I'm not exactly sure what they've developed it for because I know Justin Roiland is crazy into VR. So much so that he has created his own VR development company. If you haven't heard about that, he's doing VR development himself now. And I think that one's mostly a simulator where you walk around Rick's garage, which could be fun to play around with.
it's like that Seinfeld simulator.
Yeah.
You just walk around the Seinfeld apartment.
Yeah. And then
And do nothing, like you just sort of wander.
and yeah, exactly. And then somewhere, I guess the Crystal Palace is that area when you first walk in. They're gonna have the Galactic Federation prison pod thing from the show, so you can take pictures next to Rick in his
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I get that. I get it now.
yeah, the thing from the season finale of season 2.
Right.
So that's your.
It's also on the inside cover of the Blu-ray.
Yeah. Well, I don't get that yet, but yes. Also, of course, Saturday.
The Broat.
The boat.
The Broat.
The Broat. Free, 18 and up, RSVP there at the Adult Swim, AdultSwimPresents.com. And there's food and drinks that you can buy. And then also a special secret musical guest.
I was going to say a secret musical guest that I probably will never have heard of.
I wish I was on it last year because they had Run the Jewels last year. And
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't know who they'll have this year. I'm very excited to see. I remember when they got...
Maybe they'll have Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't imagine they'll have the same lineup they do with their upfront presentations. But that would be awesome. Like if they got like Lady Gaga or someone.
Like they didn't like. I think it was for an upfront a few years back. They got Kanye.
Yeah, like I said, their upfronts they usually get some pretty high profile guests.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll have a cool one for the boat.
Maybe. I guess you'll have to get on the boat to find out.
It'll be the Scatman John.
Yeah.
So
He died.
did he really?
Yeah.
Did.
What?
Yeah, he's been dead for a while.
I didn't know
That's what
that.
happens when you're one of those Pokemon page guys.
But he's a Scatman. Ski da da da
Yeah.
da.
I used
It'll
to
be-
love that song.
It'll
Thought
be
he was amazing.
William Hung.
There you go. She bangs. You know.
That's good, yeah.
That's the way she.
So is that the whole lineup?
Yeah. That's pretty much everything they're doing.
All right. So two things I looked up. One, Seth Green is not at New York Comic Con this year.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. And I found your post from 2014 about Dream Corp LLC.
Mm-hmm.
It's a live action and rotoscope animation hybrid pilot
Okay.
by Daniel Stetson and executive produced by John Krasinski, best known for his work in The Office. In it, an experimental therapy facility creates a virtual reality to help patients confront problems they have throughout their lives. Dr. Roberts and his crew use this document to document and totally conduct. I can't read anymore. I'm dead. Something about research.
I don't know.
Okay.
John, if you just died on us,
I died.
I'm sorry.
I'm going cross-eyed.
Well, that's next week. That's Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, and then
Big old dumb.
Cartoon Network has some panels going on. Regular Show, Steven Universe, Powerpuff Girls. Does anyone have any thoughts about the new Powerpuff Girls, by the way?
haven't seen much of
It's not great.
Why didn't they keep the original voices?
That was my first gripe about it.
I
Because-
don't know. But
I'm like, I can't watch this show out of protest that they wouldn't even bother bringing back the original
then-
voices.
I
The
wasn't
children all looked different from the Powerpuff Girls. Remember, the children all looked kind of very similar to them in the first series?
See, I have no interest in watching it, so
The animation style is different, and I don't like it as much.
I've watched a little bit, and it's not great. I mean, I'm always going to be biased because
yeah.
I love Powerpuff. I always have, but like, I don't know. I wasn't too angry about the whole thing. I think it would have been worse if it took if it continued using the art style that they used in that special Dance Pants.
The one with Ringo.
No. Well, yes. The one with Ringo, because that was
I never saw that one.
it was so ugly, and this looks closer to the original show, which is good. It's nice that there's Powerpuff Girls merchandise in stores, and like there's decent Powerpuff toys, but like
The pop figures scare me. The pop figures look like some kind of like Children of the Corn.
I don't like Pop at all. I don't.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem, but okay.
I think some characters work in Pop, but I don't know. I'm not gonna get.
Powerpuff Girls are not one of them.
I'm not gonna get into how much I hate Pop vinyl, right? But
Okay.
Pop vinyl of like a character that's just like a dude. Like there's no like if you can't see his face, it is completely pointless to like you have to be told that it's this character
yeah,
because there's like no defining characteristic. It's just like a guy in a
guy wearing a
t-shirt.
shirt.
Yeah.
But I digress.
I gotta get me the Bracken Zorak ones.
I think I have a couple of. I think I have Adventure Time ones because I think Adventure Time works the best in the Pop style.
Adventure Time works in everything. I mean,
Just-
I really want to get the Lego Dimension ones.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. That's cool. But like there's like Powerpuff figures, like regular figures instead of plushes and stuff like that. I saw recently, so that's cool. But the show isn't great. It just made me want to pick up and watch the original series. But whatever. It's just them trying to bring it to a new audience, I guess.
I guess.
More power to them, I guess.
What else?
So in theory, we're going to get some email in a second.
In theory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't want me to read the one about home security?
Oh, I actually got a nasty one from the Democratic Convention, or Democratic...
on the Swimcast email?
Hold on. No, on mine. Hold on one second. No, my friend Jim, who I met through Aqua Teen, sent an email to swimcast at Aqua Teen Central.
Yeah, and it actually did not appear in the junk folder. Wow, I'm shocked.
I didn't get it. Error loading for my old email. Oh god, I can't deal with that right now.
Want me to read some spam?
No, can I read you guys a political email I got actually that kind of pissed me off a lot? It's funny.
Okay.
Subject line: we're losing. Body. Trish, are you ignoring us? You got the most important humans on Earth emailing Barack, Joe, Michelle, Nancy, and, me, because newsflash, human disaster Donald Trump could be president with a Republican Congress. Trish, tomorrow is the most important deadline of the entire election, and my Democrats are about a light year behind. Will you please get off your hindquarters? 24 hours.
They're so mean.
Fuck you.
Like that's not the best way to do that. It's like, get the fuck up. What are you doing?
Why did I delete that? I kind of wanted to save it forever.
They're kind of like yelling at you.
Want me to read one?
Yeah, you read one too.
This is from Public Health Advisory to swimcast at aquateencentral.com. Subject: warning, your fungal nail infection can kill you. The truth about fungus, why you should pay attention to your nail fungus. September 2016. Nail fungus sufferer. Swimcast at aquateencentral.com. You're not alone. 1 in 3 people in America suffer from this fungal infection. Unfortunately, toe and nail fungus gets no attention whatsoever, especially at first. Did you know that your seemingly innocent white spots on your nail is a sign you shouldn't ignore? Or that your thick,
bruising.
yellow, brittle nails are the warning that or that your thick, yellow, brittle nails are the warning you that dangerous fungi have already attacked your immunity.
What?
Man found strangled and is dead. Fungi, prime suspect.
Warning, the real cases featured in this documentary can be disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. What the hell? I'm scrolling down to the bottom and all of a sudden it's a random story. Oh, I love these. This is a world-class brunch. Keep in mind, this is the same email as the toe fungus. This is a world-class brunch. I have never had better quality or service at brunch. Piano player is a very nice touch. Make reservations ahead, though. Loved, ... my fiance and I ate here on our recent trip to Branson. We love both of the salsas, especially the spicier one. We also got the white queso as and ... Stopped here with my husband and 5 kids after hearing the wait for Joe's was 3 hours. Didn't want to fight. You know what this sounds like? The Horse Ebooks Twitter account.
Did they just
Can I read you a real message?
review?
Sure.
This is from my friend Jim, who's a wonderful guy.
Okay.
I've known him as long as I've known Adam, actually. So he says, Mr. Croker, I just wanted to say that you brought me joy during the hard times and made the good times even greater. Moltar, Zorak, and Dr. Weird will have a permanent place in my heart, and you will be missed. You left the world a better place by bringing so many people like me close to tears with laughter. See you on the other side, my good man. With much love, Jim Robinson.
Very, very nice, Jim.
That was really sweet, Jim.
Nice. I kind of wish more people had emailed us in to swimcast@aquatincentral.com
Jim
to pay
said
their
the email
respects.
got pushed back to him.
Well, I got it.
Oh.
Are you talking about
Why didn't you read
maybe because you sent him originally to swimcast@adultswimcentral.com and that's
No,
not the...
I messaged him. And I was like, here's the real address. I'm in a really bad way today. Can you just resend your email?
Yeah. No, well, I got it, and it came to the... it didn't even fall into the junk folder like everything else.
Okay. This is...
So apparently it does still work.
to-
Oh, he just sent it again. Yeah, he sent it twice. So we got it twice.
So,
Thank you for testing the email, swimcast@aquatincentral.com, James Robinson.
Jim is a stand-up guy. Jim, we love you. Thank you so much for emailing us.
Yes, thank you.
And
if you would... Oh,
Someday we will record another Swimcast, and if you feel you have input into the world of Adult Swim, questions, comments, do you have diaper rash? Email us, swimcast@aquatincentral.com.
yeah, it still works, apparently. And I was going to start shaming people for not emailing in to pay their respects to Clay, but if you want to do that as well and perhaps share some of your fond memories of meeting Clay, Seymour, and Croker.
Or just your fond memories of the shows he worked on.
Yeah. Or like Trish said, anything Adult Swim you want to talk, Rick and Morty, you want to talk Venture Brothers, experiences throughout Adult
Neely.
Swim, Brad Neely.
What Adult Swim means to you as a person. I mean, how has it affected your life?
Experience. Adventure.
People don't really know how much these shows just affect people and can kind of help us form into who we are. You know?
Yep.
I mean, like, when I finally saw Aqua Teen, I was like, somebody gets me. Somebody out there understands me.
I don't
And
know if I
that was
feel...
powerful.
I don't know if I fully felt that way, maybe a little bit, but I was just like, wow, this show is batshit insane, and I am enjoying every minute of it.
It's not different at all, is it, Steve?
Gentlemen, fill me with barbecue sauce because I am dumb as hell.
This lunch? No. Taco Island.
But we want to rent. Share some of your fondest quotes from Aqua Teen, Space Ghost, etc. Swimcast at aquateensundle.com. I'll tell you what, I'll up the ante. ACPN has a hotline.
Ooh.
And I don't remember the last numbers. I'm going to look them up as I'm talking. But it's 917-818-ACPN, which is 917... I took it off of the Twitter profile.
Oh dear.
You know, if you know how to use a phone and you look at the buttons and you figure out which one corresponds to
You want me to do it right?
A, C, P, and N.
2, 2, 7, 6.
That sounds right. All right, so 917-818, whatever Matt just said because I'm exhausted. 2276. That is our free Google Voice subscription service for pretty much all of the podcasts on the ACPN. I'll get to that in a minute. With the exception of Drunk on Disney, which has its own line. But if you have any questions, comments, etc., and don't feel like leaving an email, you want to send, pay respects to a great, talented, and interesting man, C. Martin Croker, or if you want to send general thoughts about Swimcast, Adult Swim,
Or if you have like diarrhea,
sure.
because
You really need someone to talk to about it.
people
Yeah,
suffering with
They're
IBS-D.
driving in their Chevy and they're.
If you have spam emails like the one I started reading earlier about
forward
toenail
us.
fungus,
Forward
that
us your spam.
no, just call up the hotline and read it back to us so I don't have to do it.
Send us your spam emails.
Sure. Hey, we used to do that when we first started,
Yeah.
almost 10 years ago.
Spam email?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't around then.
No, it was pre Jason.
Before I was born.
That's how we break up epochs in Earth's
It
history.
was BJ. Oh wait, that didn't sound right. It was before Jason.
DJ.
So yeah. Anyone have any closing thoughts before I do my spiel?
Just thank you guys for listening, and our hearts are broken right now
Yes.
about Clay, but he did amazing things.
He brought us a lot of enjoyable, entertaining experiences. So, on that note, I feel like you brought it down again, Trish. I
sorry.
fucking hate you.
End on a downer.
I know. Let's end on a happy note.
BJ's, everybody. BJ's.
BJ's,
Yay!
hooray!
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It's like Costco.
Oh yeah, it is.
Welcome to
yeah.
Costco. I love you. Okay, so that brought the mood back up. Anyway,
It
if you
always
go
does.
to, so we talked about the email, swimcast@aquateenscentral.com. I'm not going to mention the number again. It's 11 o'clock according to my Apple voice speaking thingy. But you can visit us on the web, probably the easiest way to get there. theacpn.com for all your podcasting needs. Besides Adult Swim, we have our flagship shows, Adventure Club podcast starring yours truly and Guy Hutchinson, author of a Sesame Place book and an upcoming book not about Sesame Place, that is fictional. Guy also does our second flagship show, Drunk on Disney, with, Dana Snyder of Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Can I just give a quick shout out to Guy, because he is fucking hilarious on his Facebook.
Oh, I love Guy.
I love Guy.
And it is thanks to him that I'm actually being able to attend New York Comic Con this year. So, nice. Big shout out to Guy. But yeah, Guy, Dana, and also Disney published author Bart Scott of the Ears of Steel book. They do a podcast about mixing drinks that you might find at a Disney theme park, usually mostly Walt Disney World, because that's where they frequent. But they also shoot the shit about many different topics. It's kind of like the Disney / liquor equivalent of the Snidecast minus Ken Plume. By the way, they've been doing a lot of episodes as well, but they're not on the ACPN.
But you should listen to them anyway, because they're hilarious.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're talking about Snidecast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Snidecast is fun. I've been listening to that. But yeah, those are our Drunk on Disney Adventure Club podcasts, our 2 flagship shows. We also do podcasts about Adult Swim, Back to the Future. There are archived shows about Saved by the Bell. We have an archive show for a gentleman also involved with Adult Swim, comedian Jermaine Fowler. His Mass Destructo podcast.
He's really taken off too.
Absolutely. He's another one like Dana. He's taken off.
Yeah.
He's going to have his own sitcom on CBS. But we have his archive podcast that he used to do for us, Mass Destructo. We have kind of a Mystery Science Theater podcast. We have one that's kind of along the lines of a Tim and Eric kind of show, Cosmic Castoff, starring Colin Fitzgerald. And that's pretty much the bulk of our shows that are current. And we're hoping to add more of them. But we can only do it if we know, A, you're listening, and B, you're enjoying it. So
how could you not be enjoying it?
So please also, if you're getting this on iTunes, or I don't know how Stitcher works still, but rate us, give us 5 stars, give us 3 stars, because usually that levels out to about 4.5 anyway.
If you don't give us 5 stars on iTunes, I personally am going to come to your house, and I will bring my legacy of cats with me, and your house is going to smell like cat shit.
Okay, so if they live in, like, the backwoods of Florida, you're going to go there?
I'm going to do it.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I will get the cats from the Cat Island in Japan.
iTunes, rate us. There's a lot of stuff I always forget, so I want to make sure I cover all my bases on this show.
We will destroy you.
ACPN has its own social networks that you can get on the acpn.com also. So, join us. We have a lot of fun stuff and more coming soon. I can't guarantee a new Swimcast episode because, let's face it, we've only done 2 this year. But hopefully we will see you again. I want to say something different besides in the future because I feel like that's a Flux Capacicast shtick, but we will see you again in the future. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
This has been an Adult Swim Central production.
ACPN.